I'm not gonna get my shit together. Not yet.
No. Today is not the day for that.
No.
Today is.
In fact, I'm gonna
What is?
fuck up more than Friday. So
Well,
today's Monday.
oh, it is. Yes,
Yes.
it is. Yes, and
Good
today's a
morning,
holiday.
everyone.
Yeah, and
Is
today's
it?
a federal holiday too.
What the fuck is it?
It's Juneteenth.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a
Yeah.
new. Yeah,
God, I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I think
I don't
that.
know why I thought that was the 17th. Something's wrong with me.
Right.
Everything.
Yeah.
There's a lot wrong with me.
Look, I don't remember any holidays whatsoever. That's the beauty, if you want to call it that, of
You want to
working
know a
from
little
home.
secret?
What happened?
You know when I realized that Father's Day was Sunday?
How?
Friday when I was pulled up the calendar. When we went live, I was like, oh,
Oh, you didn't depend on Google. You didn't wait to see like a Google Doodle pop up. It's like, oh, what's this drawing about?
like, why are these people reminiscing about how awesome their daddies are? Well,
Oh.
Father's Day for like I try to remember because Chris is an awesome dad and he's great with the fucking kids. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, but for me, it never meant shit because my
Right.
dad is invisible.
Well, you know.
Oh, fuck it. Good morning, everyone.
Oh, yeah, I
It is,
know.
again, Monday,
Okay.
June 19th, 2023. And this
Oh.
is the Rage Into the Vlogs. And we don't even know what that means.
No, we don't. We don't. We really don't.
But we have this really cool video to tell you nothing about it.
There you go. Because we're professionals here.
Professionals. You ready for this?
Absolutely not. But hit it.
Bitch.
What?
My phone is gonna ring during this live stream because I
yeah?
can't find that bitch to turn it off.
Oh, no. Do you want me to call you?
No. because it might not even be in here.
Oh, okay.
And then the kids will be screaming, "Mom, you found!" Like it's a life or death situation.
Right.
So it's like,
yeah.
it'll turn
Yeah.
up.
It was funny. I remember being like that as a kid. And even then, it's like, I'm like, wait, why do we do that? Why was everything treated like if it was like a life?
Or like they're teenagers now, and Amazon will show up, right? Tap the door twice, drop off a package. Mom, there's a package out. Well, fucking bring it in.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah. Like I don't understand. Like, it's like why everything was such a panic. I remember being exactly like that. I don't know. So good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Rage Into the Vlogs show. So who's Nita? Who's joining us in the chat today?
All these nosy motherfuckers. All right.
Oh no! Who are
SCP
they?
Dead Man from the American Apocalypse says, "Good morning, mistress." I'm not sure who he's talking to.
Well, good morning. Good morning from the both of us.
Yes. Good morning, Nina. Good morning,
Good
Nina.
morning.
Melissa Massey. Good morning, Efrain. Hello. Rob, Allison, Bristolian, Dave.
Grant,
a random Facebook user, and Allison do not have any funny ideas.
It's probably you think it's Steph again, because he does have that special box on the Roadkill Rampage campaign. So if you're into collecting stuff,
which is live with Disappearing Tears, and this week it is a freaking awesome metal or holofoil of the squirrel cover.
Oh no,
is like
so get in on that now. Disappearing Tears. That's like so very very limited edition. Random tears.
Random Facebook user.
Random Facebook user. Oh, are they using a new title now?
Yeah, I have a special set of skills Facebook user. And I will find you.
Oh my! it'll just be easier if random Facebook user just came over to YouTube. But you know what? Look, before Efrain rings the bell to remind me to start introductions. Hello, everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I've been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means. Actually, what does that mean?
Emotional damage.
That wasn't the one I wanted to play, but you know what? Close enough.
Whatever. Close enough.
And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which is on Kickstarter right now. Thank you so much to the very sexy 69 backers who have pledged the campaign so far, which is just kissing $2,000, $2,000. We're almost there. Jesus Christ, people! I think I need one more person
just for $3.
Yeah, just to get me over 2,000. Because remember, the more you pledge this campaign, the more you encourage me to do more Tall Tales in full color. So there you go. And I am also known for my mature audience's medieval fantasy drama, Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which returns to Kickstarter summer 2023, which is actually in a couple of months. So it's not that far off. Issue 7, returning to Kickstarter. And the links to both of these campaigns, to Tall Tales and Eagle Raven, is in the show notes right now. Eagle Raven is currently in pre-launch, but I'm not going to get too much into detail about it until Tall Tales is finished, because, one campaign at a time in the brain. But hey, yes, but in the meantime, you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILS online.com, and egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. And you can also check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage, LAGE Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And to tell you all about it, here's Nita.
I really don't have that much to say. It's indiecomicsnetwork.com.
It.com.
Yeah. And there's shows about comics and stuff and things. And you should like it and share it and subscribe to it for whatever. Because I know that you people are over here because here's the lesson for today, right? The title of your video is everything.
Yeah, it's part of the whole learning how to navigate this social media hellscape that we're in.
Look, all these people, they're here for the drama.
Right. Oh.
No, I'm just picking, guys. I really don't know if that's why you're here or not.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Maybe they're just here to have a good time with us.
They could be.
Yeah,
they very well could be.
Yes. And and I see you, the 12 people next to the giant eyeball on my screen watching us from regions beyond. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are following us on Facebook, if you're watching us on Facebook, come on over to YouTube. Join the sexy people in the chat. So you too will not be, what is it, random Facebook user? Whatever it is.
Bill Shaner.
Oh, Bill Shaner. Hello. See, isn't it easier for us to know who you are? So come on over to YouTube, join the sexy people in the chat, have a live conversation.
Have the cheerleader effect. You're not feeling too sexy? Blend in with the fucking crowd.
Right, exactly.
You too can jump from a 3 to a 5.5.
Yes. So yes, it's like, pay attention, people. A 4 is talking.
Oh, we actually see you, Vic. Good morning, Vic.
Oh, hello, Vic. Hello.
Vic will be joining us on Indie Comics Network with his own draw stream and talk stream pretty soon. We're going to work out some details later.
Welcome, Vic. Welcome.
If you are not following this man on Facebook, guys, I strongly suggest you find him. His art is incredible.
Oh, very nice.
Top-notch stuff.
Very nice. So there we go. Oh, surprise to me too. We're getting a new show. Hello, John. Hello. Oh my goodness. Yes. And if you haven't noticed, or if you have noticed or haven't noticed, either way, it doesn't matter in the end, I guess. Yes, like I said, come on over to YouTube because Facebook has a tendency to glitch out and act up for a bit. And we actually stopped streaming to Twitter because they wouldn't let us, read any of your comments.
I just stopped Twitter. Just I was wasting my time fighting.
A social media cleaning phase. Right. But yeah, and it's like, well, like I said, Twitter didn't even allow us to see your comments. So, what was even the point?
Right.
So, it's a lot easier over here. Oh my goodness. So so like I said, Tall Tales currently has 69 backers. Thank you so much, everybody. And we're just, like I said, we're just kissing 2K. And I just want to remind everybody that we have 11 days left on the Tall Tales or So I Thought campaign. And it is our first Tall Tales book in full color. And as you can see, this is the proof that I have. So the book is done and ready to go. It's actually at the printer. All I have to do is just tell them how many books I need, and it'll be in production practically the second the campaign ends. So if you always wanted to see what Tall Tales looks like in color, this is the book to do it. Also, if you're just hearing about Tall Tales for the first time, my fantasy adventure series, that the book that pretty much launched this long arduous road that I've been on since 1992. This is actually a one-shot. It is a self-contained story. It is a prequel to the main storyline, but it's pretty much, you could just get this and just start off the series literally from the very beginning. And if it's something you want to continue, we also have all the other volumes on the campaign itself as well. And also, if you missed any of the previous Eager Raven campaigns, Eager Raven Volume 1 and the Eager Raven prequel is on the campaign as well. So if you missed anything from any of my previous campaigns, it's all here in the campaign for Tall Tales or So I Thought. So we have 11 days left. Link is in the show notes below. Also, speaking of Eager Raven, like I said, Eager Raven issue 7 is coming back to Kickstarter in August. Pretty much, I might as well just commit to it. August 2nd, Eager Raven issue 7 will be launching on Kickstarter. We will, of course, be doing a launch party here. August. I think
there'll be drugs and sex.
No, and rock and roll. No.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
No. So issue 7 will be coming out August 2nd on Kickstarter. And I just want to show everybody this because this is getting ridiculous. Look at this. 7 issues.
I love it.
I love, yeah, I know, right? This is why I do this. Look at that, 7 issues ready. Just, I mean, really, it's like, I know I've said this like a billion times. I'm sure everybody is tired of me saying this, but I remember when I launched just issue 1. It's like, and it seemed so yesterday, and look at that, issue 7, and we're already on issue 7. And so if you want your fantasy to be more kind of like a character driven hero's journey type of, yeah, thank you, Melissa, drama, soap opera kind of drama, then this will be launching in August. And as you can see, the book is finished as well. This is the rough color proof that I make to just check over the colors.
Wait, it's done?
It's done
before you go live?
Way before I go live.
Holy shit. We don't have to wait for you to hire an artist?
No, not at all. Everything is done. It's like the same thing.
Even the lettering?
Everything's done. The only reason
Really?
I cannot flip through, I can just open up the beginning here.
You mean to tell me we can back books and not wait 3 fucking years for them to be fulfilled?
Absolutely. My every one of our campaigns usually ships around 3 weeks after the campaign closes. It usually starts shipping. Aside from any glitches with the printer, which honestly we hadn't had for a while. Like I said, it's like usually it's like by that Monday that a campaign closes, I'm sending off all the files to the printer. It's like I said, depending on what's going on. Sometimes it takes a couple of days, a little bit longer, but usually about 3 weeks after a campaign closes, I'm getting my books back and I'm shipping them. Yeah. And I'm shipping them out. So like I said, if you've never heard of me or my campaigns before, and you're wondering whether you want to take a chance on my work on Kickstarter, I've got 6 previous campaigns to prove that I can put these out. The first issue came out, I think it was around January, so around like it shipped like before March 2020, and I've been pretty much shipping everything on time since, if not earlier. So so that's I just wanted to show that off. This is just too crazy sometimes.
It's fucking awesome is what it is.
I know. So that's what's going on with that. And also speaking of finishing books before a campaign starts. I am, for those of you who've been following along with the Unicorn King's Daughter campaign, that's also coming out later this year. I am only 2 pages left inking the Unicorn King's Daughter, and 1 page left on the adults only supplement for this campaign. So again, it's like I guess one of the reasons why I haven't sent this out for a proof yet is because I want to get more of these books done together so that I can get all the proofs done, at the same time. So it's like, so I'm working on campaigns that's not coming out until later this year. So that's, because again, the rule that I always live and die by is always have the book finished before we launch a campaign. Because you know what? Campaigns are stressful enough as is.
That's poor shaming, Daphne.
You don't. It's like, look, it's a lot less stressful when you don't have to worry about getting your book done during a campaign. Campaigns are, like stressful enough to do all the promotion and constantly pushing it and whatnot. So that's how that's how I work. I mean, and it definitely works for me, and everybody seems to like it. So thank you so much.
No dirty jokes.
Yeah, well, so I am so pleased with how these books, just to give everybody a little teaser about these other two books that I'm working on, because like I said, I'm almost done with the inking, which means that once I'm done with the inking, they're set up for coloring. I could just sit on them for a little bit, work on some other things, and then get back to them and then just concentrate on coloring them. So I just want to show off for anyone who's not familiar with the work. This is going to be a special edition of Ego Raven. They're 2 one-shots, pretty much. It's a collection of standalone issues for those of you who are not familiar with the campaign, and you want to try out my books for the first time. Although it's like these books kind of have nothing to do with the main storyline, although one of them, which is a shorts collection, it's going to be a weird campaign. We're going to be experimenting a lot, but so this one, so what I want to show is kind of like my favorite images from the work that I've been doing these past couple of weeks. So this one is my favorite set of pages. It's a splash page from the main book, The Unicorn King's Daughter. And I just absolutely adore how this page came out. It is going to look absolutely stunning in color. I can't wait to get to it. So this is just giving you a little taste of what the book, The Unicorn King's Daughter, is going to look like. This is it's like this is my favorite page, set of pages out of the entire
some
book.
supplement.
Oh, well, yeah, funny you should mention that.
Oh, really?
Just to show, but also just to show everybody. So this is actually all hand inked and hand done. So this is actually on paper that I color digitally, the entire thing. So the only thing that for these particular pages that was done digitally is going to be the coloring and the lettering, of course. However, with the adult supplement, because it was only 8 pages, I was using the adult supplement as a way to kind of crash course myself into learning Clip Studio Paint. And that book, those 8 pages were entirely done in digitally. I'm currently, like I said, the inking that I've been doing for, hey, Visenia, it's like, it's funny that Visenia popped up because she's one of the people who finally, I'm watching her do all this crazy stuff in Clip Studio Paint. I go, you know what? I finally got to do this. Between Visenia, Allison, and Sam Vera, it's like, okay, fine. I'm going to use Clip Studio Paint. So I've been inking like crazy in Clip Studio Paint. Absolutely love it. I adore it. It's just, it's one of those things where it's not that I regret I should have learned to do this earlier, but I am so happy that I am doing it now. So, like I said, this is for the adult supplement. Now, of course, it's like I cannot show anything except for this one panel, which is my favorite panel out of the entire, it's my second favorite panel out of the entire book so far. If I were to show my favorite panel, we'd get completely knocked off the air. So
do it. We'll age restrict right in the middle of the show.
So this panel is my favorite panel from the adult supplement. Kind of gives you a little taste of what's involved. But this panel is so everything in this panel is done digitally. So even the inking was done digitally, and as you can see, I was able to really to imitate my inking style 100% digitally in Clip Studio Paint. I was never able to get that in Photoshop, but yeah. So if you don't have,
careful what you wish for.
Yeah, careful what you wish for. RJ. Yes, I do have a new toy. So
no batteries.
Yeah. So that's the only panel. So that's my second favorite panel out of the entire 8 pages, because facial expressions is everything. Although here's the thing though that I just realized as I was writing up my notes to just remind me what to talk about. Join us this Saturday. It's already this Saturday, June 24th, for House of Bahamut. It's already. We have House of Bob.
We have whole shit to do.
Yeah, we do. We really do. If you join us this Saturday, not only will I be working on the final variant cover for the Unicorn King's Daughter campaign, which I probably will try ink it. We'll also attempt to. We'll ink this in Clip Studio Paint as well, because it's like Joe D says, I have a new toy, and this is all I'm going to be talking about for a while. But maybe if you're all good, if you all behave yourselves, I will show you a complete preview of the 2 books, including the adult supplement, on the show on Saturday. So if you guys want to get a exclusive sneak peek of these 2 books, join us 8 p.m. House of Bob, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we're just going to have a really fun time.
Remember, this is an age-restricted stream.
Yes, it is.
You will be required to verify your age.
Yes.
To view.
Right, exactly. And also,
speaking of age restrictions and YouTube cock blocks and all that other shit, guess what?
No, what happened?
Guess what?
What happened?
We got approved for monetization.
We did?
Yeah. You know what we said?
What?
Nah, we're good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I started reading the fine print, and after I saw the way they audit the channels after, I know damn good and well that we have content that is not going to be considered advertiser friendly.
We're not advertiser
No,
friendly.
but that's okay, because you know what? I don't need Facebook's $5 a year anyway to split amongst 11 people.
No, I mean that is kind of a shame, because it's like, part
Hello,
of the
Tom.
thing. Hello. It's that's on you. That whatever you do with these books in the privacy of your own home is your business. It's like, it's kind of a shame, because it's like part of the whole thing of trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and whatnot is the fact that we were able to kind of get monetized, and then also recently YouTube lowered the, I guess, not the standard, that sounds awful, kind of like lowered the threshold. Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
They lowered the threshold to the 4,000 watch hours, 500 plus subscribers, which we have like buku watch hours, and we've just crossed over 700 subs.
Right.
So it was like, they were, but when I started reading the fine print, and it's like, I mean, ultimately they could approve us, which would be best case scenario, but we're leaning more towards the worst case scenario of their terms and services, which is fucking suspension of the channel. So it's like, I'm not going to draw attention to it. It's not,
I mean, really, because they would require us to edit out so much stuff. It would kind of
they would. Like, I mean, we have so many videos that have copyright flags but are still allowed to air.
Right.
Like, those aren't able to monetize. Some of the adult content, considering that they're our highest viewed shows, those will be the ones that are audited, like picked through with a fine-tooth comb. And when you do that, it's an actual person. That's when it's not botted. So it depends on the individual that's going over our videos. It's up to them to determine whether it's educational art content or pornography. And I'm not willing to take that chance.
I've already been through that nightmare with Patreon. I ended up having somebody who flagged my adult already. It was an adult locked Patreon page. It was somebody
over butt cheeks.
Over in the end, it was over a picture that was no worse than what you saw on Sports Illustrated, and they still gave me a hard time. And it's like, okay, you know what? I'm done. And it's just like, all you need is one person who works there with a stick up their ass, and that's it. No matter how, and they write their terms of service broadly enough that they can do whatever they want. So it's not like
that's another thing. Screw the fucking adult content. If we took House of Bob and some of the vlogs, and Nina and John's earlier videos and stuff, and we just wiped them off the fucking channel while they did the audit. They go in and then they're still looking at your top viewed videos. If there's jokes that they deem inappropriate, or it's like, Wow, no, I'm
Right.
good. I'm good.
Or if you keep getting dinged with copyright flags,
Right.
and it's like,
Never had a strike, but we get plenty of flags
right.
for advertisement for
Yeah.
different books, or somebody will send us
Right. Yeah.
music that's not royalty free,
Right.
or Epidemic Sound will flag us even though we have the
Yeah. I don't
subscription,
know
and
why
they'll
they
still
keep
give us
doing that.
permission to keep it up. It's just
Right. Yeah. It's weird.
there's too many. It's too risky for us. So
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
nah, we're gonna pass.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just noticed that my eyeball count here the eyeball people keep getting more and more. So it's like I just want to I guess it's like I guess we just might as well, talk about the the elephant in the room, if there is even an elephant. So I just want to tell everybody that Nita makes up the titles of these shows. 99% of the time, and usually I'm just scrambling around them trying to figure out a topic. So I just have to ask, what are we apologizing for again?
Not a fucking thing. And anybody who knows us knows better, because that's my number one rule. We don't apologize. I mean, like, yeah, if you hurt somebody personally or whatever, but as far as my opinions, your opinions, the network,
I mean, did you have any Facebook posts that upset people again?
I kind of did.
Oh,
and it was a fucking joke. I made a joke about starting a new show called Can You Art Better Than a Fifth Grader?
Oh, okay.
And then I got a DM demanding, who do I think I am to make that kind of call? And it was just a fucking joke. I have no intentions of starting a show called Do You Art Better Than a Fifth Grader? Because we already know half of you don't. But still, like, it's crazy.
Nita's just completely.
I'm just
I know, just determined. Determined to poke at bees. But I mean, yeah, so it's like, yeah, I know that I assumed that this had something, because I know your Father's Day post was kind of
oh my god, that too. Okay, so yeah, I made
I thought maybe it was because of that.
Happy Father's Day to all the amazing dads out there, except my dad. Fuck you, asshole. Like,
oh well,
and like, I started getting messages and stuff. People were like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that bruh." It was a fucking joke. I could give a shit less. I've met my siblings that he raised. I turned out okay.
Right.
Those motherfuckers, not so much.
Right.
Like, I'm glad my dad wasn't in my life.
Right.
Like, period. And so I had to make a post to semi-apologize for making the joke post about my dad. And it was serious. I mean it. Fuck him.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about him. But yeah, it just, I don't know. People take shit too literally.
Right. Okay.
It's like, I wasn't crying when I made that post. I'm like, I wasn't like, I miss you, Daddy, because I don't.
Right. Yeah.
Please stay gone.
Right. That's rough. Yeah. And it's like, people take, it's like, yeah, you got to. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's kind of like the thing with social media, trying to maneuver social media. No, maybe not. I don't think so.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know, that might not be you know what? Let's stick with the drawstream that she wants to do. I think that might be a better option.
My favorite meme of all time is the Funko Pop with the empty box. It's my dad.
Oh no!
That's like, still to this day, that is the best meme ever. Like, yeah.
Okay, so there you go. You just keep so in the end, you just keep getting in trouble with it. Actually, it's not that you're getting in trouble with Facebook. Is that, yeah? It's like people on social media are weird.
They are. They're too sensitive. It's like, this isn't even the real world, people.
Yeah. I mean, which, but the thing is, though, it's kind of, but that's kind of like what makes it kind of difficult to maneuver on social media sometimes.
My bio on my intro / bio on Facebook says this, and exactly this: producer, Indie Comics Network, shit poster, the Indie Comics Network link tree, and then says meme lord. Like, I'm just talking shit 90% of the time.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I'm just talking shit.
Right.
If it's not about comics, I'm probably making it up. And sometimes even with comics, I'm probably making it up.
Right. Oh, so there you go. So you never know. You never know, right? I thought that I would spotlight a campaign. I thought I would say I would use the, kind of, not exactly a clean segue, but just because I don't want to forget. So there's this campaign that I came across the other day. It came up actually in my Facebook feed. I guess they did they posted to one of the groups or something, and I was like really surprised. Like I remember when they had done a first campaign. And it's like, look,
thing.
yeah. And so she's doing an erotic comic that I'm actually surprised hasn't even funded yet. I mean, look at this artwork. So if you want to, so what I can do is, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the video. I mean, it's a really simple video. But I was just like really surprised that it hadn't reached its goal yet. But for anybody who wants to learn more about this campaign, I put a link in the chat and in the show notes for.
Can I just go to say that this campaign right here is a slap in the face to all those guys that love to spout out, well, all you got to do is slap tits and to discredit the TNA creators.
Right.
All you got to do is slap a pair of tits on it and everybody loses their mind and backs it. No, motherfuckers, they don't. It's work. It's work no matter what kind of comic you're producing.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
Daphne, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Why is this campaign not at 20K?
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's, so that's what really surprised me about it. So, I'll just do like just a really quick rundown because I just want everybody to just know that this campaign exists. I mean, as you can see, it's absolutely, gorgeous artwork. I mean, it's like, I think she's Chinese. She's a Chinese artist working in the United States. And
her first book was gorgeous too.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's just, she even has, the variant covers as well. And I'm assuming that she has her first book also on the campaign. I mean, I hope so. Her first book was Butterfly Tears, this one, which was also just a really, really attractive book that I believe should have done better. I mean, look at that. Look at how gorgeous that is. So, oh wait, I didn't even realize that I wasn't on the. Hold on, let me show you what I'm talking about here. So I'm not. I didn't realize that when it popped open, it didn't stay on the share screen. So here, here we go. There, so it's like, so this is her previous campaign, Butterfly Tears. And this is the type of work that she does. And like I said, I'm really surprised as to why her latest campaign isn't doing numbers. But you know what? That's why I'm showing it off here. Like I said, the link is in the show notes to check it out. If you're a fan of this type of these types of books, of that type of artwork, if you like collecting variant covers, it's all there. So so I just thought I'd kind of like put a little shine on that campaign, because why not, right?
Well, I'm glad you did because I get really tired of the attitude of if it's selling sex, then that's all it needs. It doesn't matter what's on the inside. Blah blah blah.
Right.
Like everything that has a pair of boobs is shit on the inside. That's not always the fucking case.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not always an easy sell. If it
Right,
was an
exactly.
easy sell, this book would be blowing shit out of the fucking water.
I mean, that's it. But again, it's like, it just goes to show you that it's like, it's only half the battle. It's like, yes, like that's the type of book that
Captain Planet, Daphne.
Captain Planet.
Yeah, knowing is half the battle.
Well, actually,
wait, no, that's not even. God damn it! Just leave me alone. Just go away. I quit. I'm done. I'm out. And accurate, very accurate.
So, so it just, so you could be like, your book could be everything that you think would that apply, would actually appeal to the algorithm, appeal to audiences. But if they don't know who you are, the algorithm is only going to work so far. But even then, it's like you kind of still need to play the algorithm a bit in order to kind of like, rise above the signal to noise ratio that we're always fighting with, which was really which I guess was like, really interesting, because what got me really, really thinking about this morning is that I had to print out an email that Jose had forwarded to me. He's like, here goes, print this out. And I go, fine, I'll print it out. And what it is, it's kind of like a plan on how to promote on social media. I mean, I'm not going to get into the detail of the email, because it's everything that we've talked about already. But I have to admit, though, keeping up with the rules of the game is goddamn exhausting.
Well, because they change.
Yeah.
It's like, seriously, they change constantly.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, there is nothing in this email that I printed that we haven't spoken about before, that we don't know the whole thing. It's like, the best times to post, and how many times to post, and where to post, and how you post, and this, that, the other thing. But just to see everything in this printed out in this multi-page thing was just like, oh my God. Like it's a battle plan, essentially. But it also explains why so few people actually do it, because it's a lot. And we're not even talking about the work you put into the book you're trying to sell. This is everything that they're saying that you should be doing on top of everything. And it's, and then it's like, especially combined with what happened, in the last week or so, it really does explain why a lot of creators fall into the I just want to do art trap, which makes them incredibly vulnerable to abuse from opportunistic publishers.
Right.
Because you just want to sit back and it's like, I just want to do the artwork and you guys do all the work. And then it's like, okay, well, if we're doing all the work, we're taking all the money too.
Right.
Because in the end, your content is irrelevant, and it's just like, but it's just really, really important to understand that it's like, no, there's no getting away from this. There is no escaping this. You have to learn how to do this. I mean, maybe if, you do it in bits and pieces, it might seem less overwhelming, but oh my God, it's like like this thing is almost like this email is almost 10 pages long, I think. It's just like, just everything that has to be done. So once I saw this email, I decided that I was going to check out the next chapter of this book that I'm reading, the 1 hour content plan right here. So this link is also in the chat and in the show notes. Now, the link is weird in the chat because I guess the Amazon link was way too long. So it kind of glitched in the chat, but the link still works. So, so if you see the link in the chat, just click on the first one that has the title, and the link works just fine if you want to check this out. I bought this and another book, the 1 Hour Marketing Plan, for $7 for the both books on Amazon Kindle, and I've been reading it slowly because I really want to absorb the information that's in the book. So I get to the next chapter because of this email. And Jody, if you are in the chat, if you are watching, this next chapter in the book is for you. Let me open up my Kindle. I know that you've asked this question before, and I could always say I have no idea how to even begin. Right? So far in this book, so like I said, this is the third chapter that I'm reading. So the first chapter was pretty much know your niche, define your playing field. Know how, it's like know where. Yes,
she is.
This is very specific to you.
Meet us on the playground, 3 p.m.
Right. So the first chapter was about knowing your niche and knowing your playing field so that you know the game you have to play. It's like, pretty much, understand if you're going to, because every social media is a little bit different. So you have to know, like, okay, what kind of content. Now, remember, content is the posts and everything that you make for social media. It is not your book. Your book has nothing to do with it. Okay, your book is your product. That's the final thing. So all your content, what you're trying to do is that you're trying to cater your content to people who will eventually, who will be maybe interested in your book. So the second chapter talked about creating your audience avatar, because the psychology behind that is that you create this avatar that represents who you're marketing your product to, i.e. your comic. Who are you marketing your comic to? So if you have it's because it's a lot easier to think about this avatar and cater your content, your social media content to that avatar than to try to figure out, I have 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. How do I cater my content to each of those 1,000 subscribers? You can't do that.
You can't. And anything entertainment, specifically like written media and visual media, is your avatar is yourself. Like, seriously, how would you want this? How would you sell it to yourself?
Right.
Because it's your baby, it's your interest anyway. And so you're actually your fucking target audience, unless you're just making up shit because you just want to try to make a hot buck, in which case, fuck off. But or no, I mean, good for you.
Right.
But if you really have the love and the passion for what you fucking do, you are your ideal audience.
Right. So what you're doing is that you're taking that information, creating this avatar so that it'll be easier for you to create content for. So the third, and again, the third chapter specifically for Jody, but for everybody else too. How do you convert strangers into brand advocates / customers? This is very much about the cold audience. The second I read this, I go, Jody keeps asking this question, and here she is with this answer. So view your content as a linchpin in the reader's journey. Again, you're trying to attract readers. So it's like, okay, so after chapters 1 and 2, now you have a better understanding of your ideal reader and how you're going to help them. She's talking more about like blogging, and she does self-help stuff. But of course, you're going to take this book, what you read in this book, and you're going to apply it. You're going to change it to how you need it to in order for it to be relevant to what you're doing in terms of selling comics and trying to attract people. Okay, and there are various stages that an ideal reader goes through as they come into contact with your brand. Here is what the typical journey is like for a reader, okay? Stranger, casual reader, subscriber, engaged subscriber and fan, brand advocate plus customer.
And then stalker.
Well, I think that's that kind of I think that's kind of in there too. So that's literally from cold, how you get them from cold to hot. So that's the journey that you're going on. Okay, so she goes, your content is the linchpin that moves the reader through these different stages. So what you produce for social media, that's what you're going to use to convert your cold audience to your hot audience, not even warm. You want those people to be advocating for your book. You don't want people who are just going to buy your book and throw your book to the side once they're done with it. You want people who are going to be talking about your stuff on social media as well. That whole like social proof type of thing, right? Matching the right content to where your audience is on their journey with you is critical to helping them move forward.
Pictures or it didn't happen.
Oh yeah, I know. I love those acrylic standees. I love those. So here you go. So stranger to casual reader. How do you get a stranger to become a casual reader? This person has absolutely no clue about
Throw me
you.
something, mister.
That's
not how you do it.
Absolutely no clue about you. You can't get any colder. So you need to promote yourself and your content on channels outside of your blog. So of course she's talking about social media. But apart from that, you have to do all these other things too. So I want you guys to get the book, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. However, okay, so apart from that, you could do guest posts, speak on podcasts, create slide shares. These are activities that will get readers onto your site. They will click through after engaging with a call to action in a Facebook promotion thread or an enticing headline on Pinterest.
Thirst traps. That's how you do it, right?
Right. If your content exceeds expectations and keeps the promise of your headline, they become a reader. So definitely look, she's not giving anything like specific because in the end it depends on what you're trying to accomplish, and then from each she talks about each part of the journey. But here's the action item that she gives. Do you have any content gaps that hinder the journey from stranger to brand advocate and customer? Think about where your content is missing out on opportunities to inch your readers forward. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what any of that means, because I have to sit down and really, really think about that. Like, okay, so I have
if we promise free drugs, we have to give free drugs.
Oh, right. It's like, so I have to, so I know what my reader avatar is. So, but that's assuming this is somebody who's already primed to be attracted to my work.
Right.
But what if it was somebody just out of the gate, like we're not really sure, because it's like if you're on social media, you don't know who's looking at your stuff, right?
Right.
So, a lot of the advice, so, some of the advice that we have seen already, that we have been given, is that, so how do you attract people, strangers to you? You try to associate your book with things that, with more popular media that will attract those people in. So it's like, probably maybe I have to kind of like, oh, it's like, do you like this? Huh? Fan art. Oh, fan art. Yeah. It's like, oh, so it's like, it's like, oh, like, I don't know, maybe, doing fan art of like, depending on the type of book, that's like, oh, do you like Wonder Woman? Do you like She-Hulk? I did some fan art of this, come on up. Like the video actually doesn't even need to be really related, because I did a fan art video of Raven from Teen Titans that I put on YouTube, and that video did very well for me. It's not that anything in either of my books is related to that character, but it was a familiar
it drew
face.
In people because it was familiar to the masses.
Right. It was familiar, so that they could say, oh, okay, well, you're drawing this. It's kind of like, when you see fan art prints at a convention. Like I said, I really didn't have any real luck with that at conventions, but it seems like I have better luck with that on YouTube.
Right.
So again, it's like know where these things are going to work. So yeah, so that's just where I kind of have to kind of like sit down and really think about it. Like, okay, it's like, what do I keep comparing like Eager Raven to? I keep comparing it to the Chronicles of Narnia and The Witcher. You know, I have a while ago I've shown this screen about like all these movies that kind of inspired Eager Raven, you know, like bits and pieces, you know, literally, figuratively type of thing. Like, so A Knight's Tale is another movie that was very inspiring to me. So it's like, so I'm in the process. I just have to get my shit together, just making a video where I'm making a video about, you know, it's like kind of like a really fantastical fantasy, like very unrealistic fantasy, like The Witcher, like A Knight's Tale, and then like in the end how that connects to the work that I'm doing. So the idea is that somebody who likes The Witcher, somebody who thinks fondly of A Knight's Tale, will see that video and it's like, oh, let me check this out, and then hopefully make the connection of, well, if you know, if these two things inspired your book and I enjoy those two things, maybe this is something I can keep an eye on, you know. And then it's like you begin again, it's like, you know, what the book says is to kind of like push, you know, how is your content pushing them forward? You know, how is your content taking a cold audience member and pushing them forward into someone who's curious about your work? So that's kind of, that's chapter 3. So that's so remember that so you see, it's like, so Joe D, buy the book. Just buy the book, and then like it, you know, and then really think about it's like, how do you convert, you know, it's like, what is it, what are the gaps in your social media that you can create for, that will push that stranger just finding your book for the first time into a casual reader? You know, how do you get them to the next step? Which I know it's kind of like me repeating your question, but the thing is though, that is kind of what you have to figure out. You know, if you kind of think of it as something you have to nudge that person into, how do you do that? How do you create for that gap? You know, like I said, it's like that's kind of the idea. Yeah, it's like, you know, do you have to, you know, like reel them in with fan art, talking about your favorite comics? You know, it's like seeing what's popular. But also it depends on whether you know, like have your avatar and like what age groups are you talking, you know, who are you talking to really? You know, are you talking to kids who read manga, or are you talking to guys who, you know,
maybe
like
you
Batman?
should start saying Game of Thrones and The Witcher.
Well, but the thing is though, is that
because like
see, my stuff
this is a dark, you're about to take a very dark
I'm
turn
about to
for
take
Mr.
a dark
Tumnus
turn
in a wardrobe, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to. That's true. And I have been making that. But you see, but I have been making that connection recently, talking about issue 7. You know, using, you know, pictures of George, you know, Martin. You know, and it's like, and making that connection to Game of Thrones. So yeah, that's true. It's like with issue 7, I have been slowly making that transition to kind of like that, get that audience recognition. Oh, you know, now we're getting into kind of Game of Thrones territory. Maybe now the story is turning into something you'd really like to see.
Market smarter, not harder.
Right, exactly. It's like, but the thing is though, you have to kind of know what you're doing in the first 2 chapters, knowing your niche and knowing your audience avatar, so that, you know, when you go to chapter 3, that it's like, okay, knowing these 2 things, what content do I have to create to nudge the stranger into a casual reader? And then as you move and then, you start adjusting your content. Well, yeah,
if you
that's
have a
part of it too.
personality, it works that way.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like that helps too, because again, the whole thing is like, you gotta reel them in. It's like, so yeah, so that's, so I thought it was really funny to read this chapter, and it's like, oh, Jody, we're talking about you. But like I said, this is for like everybody else too who's trying to figure out that path
Right.
as well. Like I said, so this so far is everything in this book, the 1 hour content plan. Like I said, the link is in the show notes for this book. If you're looking to up your game, to really understand what. It's like, I'll be the first and the last person to say that this shit's exhausting. Okay, it is a lot that you have to do. It's a lot you have to consider. There is no I just want to do artwork. I just want to ink and clip studio. Trust me, all I really want to do now is ink and clip studio paint and just do that. But I know that can't be the only thing. I cannot, my book cannot survive just on that alone. And especially if I want to see growth in, it's like, now mind you, the growth that I'm looking at, it's like look, it's like, I just want to be able, like, can I match my $8,000 campaign that I did with volume 1? It's like, can I do that on an individual issue, or is that only going to happen when I put out volume 2? It's like, did I just inadvertently create an entire audience of trade chasers? Or it's like, it's like, what? I know you're going to put out trade, so I'm going to wait for the trade. And it's like, look, there's nothing wrong with that either, because I'm that person too.
Yeah, but also for those that didn't do it, if you are planning on making a trade and you're just putting out your floppies yet, it's best to keep your mouth shut about the coming trade, and then that way that'll help boost your floppy
that's true.
sales.
Because
if
I had to do this all over again, probably what I would have done is put out all my issues first, the individual issues, then put out trades.
Right.
Afterwards.
It's always floppy before it's hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, I guess.
Sorry.
But we're talking about comics now.
That's all I was. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I was talking about comics. So if I were going to do anything differently, I would have done it that way. But, I'm on the trajectory that I'm in. I've already taught everybody that, after the 4th issue, she makes a trade.
Right.
So it's like, okay, so this is where I'm at. So I have to work with I have to work with that now. So I probably have to change a couple of things. But it's like, the whole point is that I want to see if I can get growth for, to create growth for my Kickstarters. And it requires me to do all this. So that's what I have to do. If I have to do 15 pages worth of a battle plan, to be able to reach the next level, then that's what I have to do. It's like, I'm my own publisher, it's like, I do it myself. And I'm not interested. I'm not interested in looking for a publisher to do this for me, because you know what?
I'm not a pervert. It's hard.
I will. Yeah. I gotta. Yeah. When you know what? Yeah. It's like, I really did like the way those books came out. I gotta experiment with that more.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. I gotta.
It's so crispy, and it's even been read, and it's still like crispy. It makes crispy.
Yeah. No. It came out. It came out really nice.
Yeah. I hate when spines crack.
Yeah. So there we go. So so if you're doing this yourself, you know, look, even if you were with a publisher, they still require you to do all this work, and in the end,
Right.
if you're still going to do all the work, why be with a publisher to begin with?
And unless it's a big name publisher.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, seriously, what are they doing for you that
Right.
you cannot do for yourself?
I mean,
these basement dwellers have half the reach of some of you guys on your personal social media accounts. I go and look, and I look at the engagement, and there's this one guy, I'm not even going to talk about his name right now. You go and look at his fucking post. He calls himself a promoter, can't get people to sign up for his own shit. He gets like maybe 1 like per post or
Right.
something like that. Fucking bro, really check people out.
Yeah,
Really.
please, yeah, it's like, well, that
Really
helps
check
too.
people
I mean, it's
out.
like, look, if you're the type that needs a publisher, please do the research as to who you're publishing with and who, you know, it's like what you're going to be required to do and what they're going to offer in exchange for
No
that
one
work.
needs a publisher.
In this day and age,
at this level,
you know, at this, you know, really, it's like, look, if you have to do everything yourself, but you know what, it's
if
like,
you,
look,
if you
everybody.
don't do the social media thing, there are several people out there. You can go check them out, check out their analytics and whatever that will put your ass all over fucking social media across various fucking platforms.
Right.
Like, and they'll do more for you than some of these so-called publishers.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, that's something to consider. That probably what you need is, instead of getting a publisher, it's just a social media manager.
That's it.
But you know what? Options. It's like, you know, we have a lot of options. But you know, sometimes it's just I'm just the type that I prefer to do things myself. So at least I know how to do it. You know, I mean, in the end,
well, it's always like, better when we do it ourselves. It's faster.
Right. You're killing me here, Nita.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness. So here we are at the top of the hour. This is why we cannot get monetized at all. Oh,
I'm just talking business, Daphne.
I know.
Business.
I look, you know what? It's the type of work that I've been doing this past week. Maybe it's that.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Lage.
Right, really. Yeah. I mean, it's like I've just been working too much on this. Maybe that's what it is. I should just finish it and get it out of the way.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Oh boy. So here we are, a little past the top of the hour. And thank you so much, the 10 people who stuck it out with us for this long. Thank you so much. We'll try not to keep
wrong with you.
Yeah, look, we'll try not to keep you too long from whatever it is that you need to go do or whatnot. Thank you so much to the people in the chat who kept it really lively. Thank you so much. And if you're seeing this video on a replay, please check out the chat. The chat always has a lot of interesting things to add and to say and whatnot. A lot of advice in the chat as well. So don't sleep on the chat. They're just as much part of the vlog as just us on the screen. So even though not all the comments make it on the screen, the chat, just check out the chat and you'll see a lot of there's a lot of good information there. So Nita, you have any final thoughts before we go?
Make sure to head over to Kickstarter, check out Tall Tales or So I Thought and Roadkill Rampage 4. Also, The Lusty Dragon Mistress is in sign up. That's Nina's book.
Yes.
See. That's where I'm at right now because drugs.
Right. Yeah. It's like that. We're still trying to get our shit together. So, you know, look, you know, that it is what it is. This is how neither do we. We don't know what we're talking about either.
That's it. I need that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly. So there we go. So if you want to learn more about me and my artwork and my campaigns and all that fun stuff, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com. That's EGOWRKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites. But I mostly post to Facebook if you're interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress and whatever whatever I have just going at that moment. Facebook, it has all my latest information in real time. Any updates in real time. And remember that you can catch me on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, where I also stream every Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. I do a live stream where you can also, everybody can join me and keep me company and chat while I'm working on some artwork, whatever artwork I need to get done at that moment as well. Like I said, around usually it's around every Wednesday, and it also streams through. It also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. So make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. Also, you can read Eager Raven, Air the First Unicorn, for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales, TAILS online.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears of the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. And just as a reminder, because why not? Remember that Tall Tales, Tall Tales, or So I Thought, the full color one shot is on Kickstarter right now as we speak.
Get it.
Yeah, we got 11 days left on it. So again, thank you so much for the people who've supported so far. But if you haven't supported yet, you have 11 days left. But why wait? Pledge today. And if you prefer waiting for Eagle Raven issue 7, which is coming on its heels after Tall Tales, the link is also in the show notes below to click on the pre-launch page so that you get notified when the campaign goes live. So thank you so much. And of course, as always, just a reminder, Saturday is the final Saturday of the month. So House of Bob will be returning this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern for another adults only live stream. And, we're going to have a good time. Just because it's dirty, it doesn't mean just because it's a dirty adult show doesn't mean we can't act like adults about it. So yes, we're just going to have a good time. And so join us on Saturday then as well. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Thank you so much again, everybody. And we'll see you next time.
Ta-da! We are out.